What's going on, TW fans? Thomas here, bringing you this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. If you've been spring dreaming, it's time to wake up and hit the water. The fishing is hot, or it's about to be. So definitely get out there, enjoy yourself. I can't for a couple more weeks, but that's all right. Got a ton of new products to check out to keep me busy in the meantime. We're gonna jump right in with some Finesse stuff from Arsenal. First up here, we have the Arsenal Viper Glass Rattlers. So this is kind of a great way to enhance your presentation. If you're dealing with dirty water, stained water, you're doing night fishing, something like that, and you need that kind of acoustic layer to it, add these rattlers in here. They're super loud, so it's gonna give you a whole nother enhancement to your presentation there. So you wanna thread those in there. It's nice with these, they actually have a point on the tip of them, so you're not gonna need to heat up your plastic, use a toothpick. They're gonna slide right in there and stay secure. It's not gonna tear up your plastic or mess with the action. So just a good way to add another layer to your presentation. Let's transition over to a jig head here. We have the Arsenal Fishing Deadly Nedley Tungsten Jig Head. A lot of good things going on with this jig head. Starts with that Mustad ultra fine point hook on there. So it's gonna give you a solid hookup ratio, really fast penetration. It's key, especially for fishing in the wintertime or those colder months where the fish's mouth is really hard. That's just gonna get it in there really quick and get you to land that fish where you otherwise may miss it. As you work down the shank, you have a wire keeper on there, so threading your favorite Ned plastic on there, it's gonna keep it secure. No need for messy glues, not gonna mess up your boat carpet, anything like that. And on the bottom, we have a nice durably painted Ned head. Stamped on it is the weight for quick and easy recognition, so there's no fumbling trying to remember which weight is in which compartment of your tackle box. It's stamped right on there for easy recognition. So great color lines, great size options, definitely something you want to add to your Ned arsenal. Switch gears to a football jig here. This is the Arsenal Fishing Champion Finesse football jig. Great option for any of you jig enthusiasts. It has their BioSilk silicone skirt, which is really soft and flowing. So again, if you're in those cold water techniques, I know we're starting to transition into some of those warmer waters, but if it's still cold where you are, this skirt is key. It's gonna give a nice flowing, pulsating action, even in those cold waters. On the hook shank here, we have a molded plastic keeper, so again, no need for any of those glues. It's actually a dual barbed molded keeper on there, so you're gonna slide on your favorite trailer and it's gonna stay secure on there. Again, we have a Mustad hook on here, so you're gonna be able to set that hook with confidence. The weed guard on this one is really nice. It gives you enough stiffness to shed any of that unwanted vegetation, but still collapses easily, so it's not gonna interfere with your hook set. Finished, again, durable painted head on these, so it's not gonna chip, on day one. These things are gonna last a long time. Another good one to add to the jig box. All right, let's take a look at another jig, this time from Pro Tungsten. This is the Pro Tungsten heavyweight football jig. This was redesigned in conjunction with MLF angler and tackle warehouse favorite Jared Littner, so you know it's gonna be quality right out of the gate. We have a wire-tied, hand-tied skirt on there, so it's gonna stay secure. And again, another silicone option. So this one's gonna be kind of good for deep water fishing. You have a tungsten head, so it's gonna be a small, compact profile, but it's gonna be heavy enough to get it down in those deeper waters quickly and keep it down. Another thing that's nice with the tungsten head on those deeper water jigs, as you're kind of working through some of the bottom contours over structures, you're gonna be able to feel any slight change due to that dense tungsten composition there. It just gives you great sensitivity. Again, we got a nice stout weed guard on there, but still collapses, so it's not gonna interfere with your hook sets, and we got a medium wire hook on there. So it's gonna be thin enough to penetrate quickly, but still thick enough that if you have a real big one on the end of the line, you're gonna be able to horse it into the boat with confidence. So another great jig to check out, that time from Pro Tungsten. All right, we're gonna switch gears from the Finesse and terminal stuff, look at something a little bit bigger, a little bit more boisterous. We got a new one from Picasso. This is the Picasso Bait Ball Pulse Junior umbrella rig. There's a lot of umbrella rigs on the market, but this one's got a few key features that separates it from the pack, so we're gonna go through them right now. Starts up front with this swiveling line tie. That's great for a few reasons. A, it's gonna prevent any line twist as you're working this through the water column, and B, possibly more importantly, when you have one, two, multiple big fish on here, it's gonna help take away some of that leverage. They're not gonna be able to throw the hook once you work so hard and got them hooked up to begin with. All right, let's start moving down here. The head itself, it's a plastic but durable head with a highly detailed paint job and a couple of recessed 3D eyes on there, so just a great head on that one. And now let's take a look at the wires. You might be wondering where it gets its name, the Pulse, from. Well, it's from these wires themselves. They are strong, yet they're flexible. So as you snap your rod, maybe burn through a couple cranks on your reel, it's gonna really make your bait ball pulse. So give it a really highly realistic pulsing bait ball imitator. All right, the wires themselves, they are heat treated to get that invis wire effect. So it's not gonna be that shiny stainless steel. It's more of that covert, brown coffee colored wire on there. So it just gives you a layer of invisibility. Fish aren't gonna see it. They may focus more on your baits, of course, or you'll get the flash from these willow blades. Now let's talk about these willow blades. The willow blades are the perfect size. They're not too big, so they're not gonna cause a lot of drag. So if you're doing a whole day of chuck and winding this rig, it's not gonna wear you out. The other key part about that is you're gonna be able to keep it down in the water column easier, longer, and work it faster. If you have those bigger, oversized willow blades, sometimes you can get some unnecessary lift, and it brings your bait out of the strike zone, higher in the water column. So that's kind of a key feature. Now, the rest of these swivels and snaps, great thing about them, they're all, including the line tie up top, they're all rated to 75 pounds. So, I mean, you can get a lot of monster fish on this thing, and you don't need to worry about it. You can set the hook with confidence, you can horse them in with confidence, you're good to go. They're not gonna break or fail on you. If for any reason one of your snaps or swivels do fail, a great thing about this umbrella rig is it comes with a sliding sleeve design. What that means is you can actually slide one of these sleeves up the wire and swap out your swivel and snap in just seconds. So this is key for all of our tournament fishermen out there. We all know that time is money. You want to have your line in the water at all times. Anytime on the boat, it's wasted time. So that's kind of great. You don't have to swap out your whole rig if you have one failed swivel or one failed snap. You can just slide that sleeve up, swap out your swivel and swap, you're back in the water fishing in no time. Just great key features on this one. Kind of a unique look at an A-rig. Definitely want to add it to your collection. All right, now let's kind of figure out how to store this thing. We got a new option from Baitsanity. Now this isn't necessarily a new product, just simply a new color. So this is their clear option. So before it was all dark, you couldn't exactly see what was in there. Now we have a clear option. So it's gonna give you a couple of key features there, bonuses. When you have a whole bunch of setups on the deck, you're gonna be able to quickly and easily identify what's tied up and what's on. And when you're storing your rod, either on the boat or in the garage, wherever you may be storing it, you're gonna know what setups you need to grab for a day on the water. So this is obviously an oversized one. You're gonna be able to fit your A-rig in here that we were just talking about, or any big swim bait. So if you know you're gonna have a day on the water of just big bait tossing, and you want to be able to identify quickly and easily what's tied on to what setup, this is what you wanna go with. So the Lure Wrap, or the Baitsanity Lure Wrap Clear. All right, let's take a look at some other new products here, this time from Terminator. We got a whole new series of spinnerbaits from Terminator. This is the Terminator P1 Pro Series of Spinnerbaits. Now this has a lot of the guys here in the shop pretty excited. This is a premium spinnerbait, I mean just through and through. So we're gonna start talking about the wire here. So we have a 17/7 stainless wire design. So it gives you a lot of strength. Again, if you're dealing with big fish, it's gonna have the strength to get them to the boat, but it also is flexible enough to just really enhance the vibration, enhance the action of the blades on this one. Premium blades, of course, premium swivels, so whether you're crawling it back to the boat slow or if you're burning it back, your swivels will be, or your blades, excuse me, will be rotating very well. As we work our way down, we're gonna get to the head. Head design is great. Oftentimes you just kind of see a bullet design on this one. We actually have 3D molded gills on this one. We have recessed eyes, so no just stickered on eyes onto a bullet head. They're actually recessed in there, so they're gonna last a lot longer, not fall off on one strike. And just the color details on this are great. I mean, 3 colors on this one head alone, so highly detailed heads. Move down to the skirt. We have a soft flowing skirt. Critical for spinnerbait fishing is that skirt. So it gives you a great pulsating action on that one. And it's all wire tied in. So it's gonna stay secured. Fish after fish, cast after cast, season after season, that skirt's not going anywhere. Under the skirt, we have a triple molded keeper design. So when you thread on your paddle tail, your single or double curly tail grub, it's gonna hold that on there securely. Again, no need for messy glues. It's not gonna mess up your skirt. It's not gonna mess up the carp on your boat. You got a secure way to keep that trailer on there. Finished with a VMC hook. Again, you're gonna be able to set the hook in confidence using these. All right, let's take a look at some of the blade configurations for this series of spinnerbaits. First up, we have this double willow design. This is gonna be awesome for clear water. If you wanna work it a little bit faster, maybe higher in the water column, that's where the double willow really shines. It throws a lot of light, just a good attraction. If you want to switch over to the double Colorado, this can be more for dirty, stained water, maybe nighttime fishing, something where you need extra thump. If you're going to want to work this one slower, deeper in the water column, that double Colorado is the way to go. Again, all of these have the same great features with that wire-tied skirt and all that, just different blade configurations. Next one would be the Willow Colorado. So kind of a hybrid of both, a little bit of a middle ground, if you will. You'll be able to fish this one high, low, fast, slow, just a nice versatile spinnerbait option. And the last one, kind of a more custom job here, is gonna be the Painted Blade series. So this is gonna be great for if you wanna fish, nighttime again, or maybe just dirty water. It's gonna help the fish visually cue in on your bait. but also if you're looking to match your hatch specifically, that's gonna help as well. All these colors are all designed by Terminator's pro staff, so you know you're gonna get great combinations. Let us know in the comments below which combination is your favorite to throw, what time of year. We'd be excited to hear that. All right, let's transition into another big bait, another one we're really excited about. This is a new one from PB. This is the PB Rat Wakebait. This caught fire on social media this last year, and for good reason. It's a big bait, it's a big fish bait, excuse me. Awesome for chasing those monster trophy-sized bass. So it's available in a few different configurations. That's just the 2-piece there. They also have a 3-segment body, and if you're looking for a really big bite or just a really boisterous commotion on the water, you can jump all the way up to their 4-piece. Now, each of these joints are connected with some heavy-duty hardware, again geared for those big trophy bass, and allows this thing to wander and slither across the water just like you want out of a wake bait on there. We have owner ST36 hooks. We got a 1/0 in the front and a size 1 in the back, connected with stout owner swivels or snaps on there, or excuse me, O-rings. So I mean, again, just a big fish bait. And then we got a heavy-duty snap up front. One of my favorite aspects of this one, so it is a resin bait, and they actually injected the color into the resin. So if you're ever worried about, your paint jobs flaking off, scratching off, just getting harassed by fish after fish, this paint job isn't going anywhere. It is built into the bait. So that's a really cool feature of it. Down at the bottom here with this tail that we have, it's actually connected by an integrated CPD twist lock. So if you get short bit, or if this thing just gets torn up from a bunch of fish, or if you're just looking for a different look, it's quick and easy to swap that tail out. I think that's key with this. All right, so we looked at some great new baits. Let's take a look at how we're gonna get them in the water. First up, from Megabass, we have their new Survival 2 tackle bag. Now this one is another one that kind of screams versatility to me. It features this open compartment right on the front, and on the inside you have a heavy-duty waterproof material. So that's great. So it's going to give you a layer of protection for any of your gear that you have stored in there. And I like that open compartment design because you can really kind of customize it the way you want it. It actually is designed to fit 9 of Megabass's Lunker lunch boxes. But I mean, if you want to throw some apparel in there, tackle, gear, whatever you need, that open compartment design really allows you to create it and make it your own. So I mean, that's gonna be great if you're throwing it in a boat, if you're going to the banks for the weekend, or if you want to haul this thing out to your deer blind. I mean, it's really versatile. You can put a bunch of stuff in there. So we have a pocket on the front, pockets on the side, and a pocket on the rear. And the great thing about all these pockets is they feature a water-resistant zipper. So if you have any rain, boat spray, it's not going to get in there. It's not going to trash your gear. And you also have this molly webbing on the front and the side, so perfect for sliding some tools, scissors, your favorite gear there. Or if you want, you can actually add in additional pockets, just attaching it to that molly webbing. So a versatile, great new way to transfer your boat or transfer your gear to and from the boat. Another one from Megabass. We have the Megabass multi-inner case tackle box. Again, open concept design on the end one here. It's going to fit in this bag nicely, and it's just a great one. Whether you're transferring snacks in your tackle, your gear, it has another waterproof design and a nice semi-rigid structure. So if you have it set out on the boat deck, if you have it set out on the bank, your stuff's not going to collapse, it's not going to fall. It allows you to dig through it with ease. It's just a great way to get it to and from the water. All right, that's going to wrap up the gear. What are we going to wear to the water? Well, we got a new one from Salty Crew. This is the Salty Crew Bruce t-shirt. So it features the King of the Ocean on the front and the back. Super lightweight, super soft, super comfortable. So make sure you head over to tacklewarehouse.com to check out this and all of the new apparel that we're always bringing in. We got a lot of good stuff up there. All right, guys, well, that's going to wrap up this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to learn more about these products or to shop for them, make sure to click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more like it, don't forget to subscribe and let us know below in the comments which of these baits you're most pumped about. See you next week.